welcome to Dailyish, the show that is daily-ish. I'm Beth.
I'm Ben.
Today I'm going to get to talk a little bit about something that I've learned, not necessarily by choice in the beginning,
Right.
but have gotten to learn, and that's about a little bit about YouTube. And I wanted to kind of share my take on some things that I've picked up. I've now had a channel since officially since April of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the date there, because it's like when you first got a Google account, that's what it says. So it says 2011 for mine, because that's when I got my Gmail years ago. So it's kind of deceptive in that, because I've not had a YouTube channel or been on YouTube for that long by any stretch of the imagination. But I've had a channel active since 2016. And made it to the point that it's monetized, which was exciting. Now, this channel here, Dailyish, is not. I'm talking about my art channel. It's not huge. So don't take it like I'm going to share how I got 1 million subscribers, because I would love to have 1 million subscribers. I am trying to shoot for that, on this. And but I'm going to tell you just some of the little things that I've picked up along the way, just about the platform as a whole.
Right.
Because you and I have both watched a lot of YouTube.
Well, we haven't had cable TV in over 12 years. So we've watched, for our entertainment purposes, it's been pretty much Netflix, YouTube, and then more recently Amazon Prime. And that's been it.
Yeah. And in that time, we've gotten to see some of the bigger channels and how they've grown. Because we started when they were much smaller, and now they're big. We remember back when you would tune in to find your show, the day they would launch, like watching Rhett and Link and Good Mythical Morning. And
before it was Good Mythical Morning,
the view count would freeze at 317 or something. It was some number like that.
Yeah.
And at first you thought you were really cool and you were that early on the
everybody
watch.
was posting first.
Yes, I'm really cool. I'm fast on this. And then you realize, no, the counter freezes there because they were having trouble with fake views, and that was how they were. Something had a lot of views quickly. They were freezing the view count to make sure that they were legit views.
Yeah.
Now they've got their system running a lot faster, and so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But in that time, kind of got it to see some of the things that work and things that don't. And I reached the point where I just kind of learned that shooting for being viral isn't a good way to go on this, and that rather slow growth is where it is. And they've been seeing a lot of these viral academies popping up and getting ads for them. And I have to watch them with so much skepticism.
Sure.
Because I've done some of the Creator Academy things that are online.
From YouTube.
Right. And none of those say that this is something you can plan on.
No, nobody's realistically pushing for that.
Reading the books from people, I've done both Steampunks and Videocracy. Nobody can necessarily plan a viral video. Even the big execs there can only say, we can guess, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go viral.
Right.
Because there's so many things that have to hit at the same time for that to happen.
Yeah, it's a perfect storm.
Yeah. And then also that if that's all you're creating is shooting for that, and that one video goes, you have to have good content to keep people.
Right.
And so if you don't have good content, or your content is all over the place and your subs can't guess what to look for, you're not going to create a channel that sustains. So you may have one video that hits huge, but then nothing to hold it up. And I love hearing Wheezy Waiter's story. And we did that fun little clip when we were promoting this one. We have some other ideas that are coming too, so you'll see some other funny teasers.
Yeah, who we are, who we're not.
Yeah, who we're not. But I love that for 3 years, he only had 30 some odd subscribers.
Right.
To me, that is awesome. That shows that you're doing it because you love it. And then it slowly grows.
Right.
And when you get to slowly grow like that, you really build a community. And I think that's a great thing to shoot for on this platform. It's not just creating a viral video, but rather getting to create a community that comes together. We may not all be in the same place. My art channel has views from all over the world, which is super cool to me. It blew me away the first time I got on there. And I was seeing views in the United Kingdom. I was seeing some views in France.
And you're really big in India.
Yeah, in India, and I'm like, they're watching me there? It just blew me away that was happening. And I think that's one of the coolest things now. And given this market and this platform that you can use, because when else in time could you do that?
Right. Like when I was blogging a lot more back in the past, I had a pretty steady audience in Brazil. I don't know anybody in Brazil.
Yeah.
But there were people, and they were following along, and they were reading consistently, daily, following along with me. And I was just kind of doing like a personal journal type of thing. Wasn't anything crazy. But I was like, they like me in Brazil. Great, It doesn't make any sense, but it just is what it is.
And I just think that's such a neat thing, to be in a time where we can converse with anyone. I had somebody I read an article once about Twitter. And Twitter uses, actually it wasn't an article that I was reading, I was listening to somebody on the radio talking about it.
Okay.
But they were talking about how cool it is that accessibility to people.
Sure.
Because if you want to have a conversation with a celebrity, that can happen on formats like that. If you have a legitimate question, chances are it will be seen and it may be answered.
Sure.
Or, you may end up talking about something totally unrelated to that celebrity, but that celebrity chimes in, or just because you're in a conversation. And it's a neat format to get to do something like that. You're laughing at me.
No. I'm thinking about back during the Winter Olympics, and Mr. T was going off about curling. He loves curling. And
Doesn't everybody love curling?
He was getting a lot of Twitter replies and action and stuff with all of his comments for curling. And so I commented back on something, and he liked my tweet. And I was like, yes, Mr. T likes me.
I remember when you got all excited because you got one of the Ninja Warriors followed you.
Yeah, on Twitter. One of the Wolfpack guys follows me on Twitter.
You thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And then a lot of people in my industry, we follow each other, that sort of thing. That's almost a follow for follow, which you don't want to do on YouTube. But on Twitter, it works out okay. But again, we're creating community.
But you're wanting to talk with each other as well.
Sure.
And so that's actually legitimate conversation. That's not just follow for follow. That's have something to share. That makes sense.
Well, and the cool thing, too, with social media, and you can do this on YouTube and anywhere else, is I have people that I disagree with, that I keep up with them. Yeah. Because I want to know where they're coming from.
I get to learn.
Yeah, I just want to learn. I want to live in a bubble and say, well, this is it. I want to be able to have good conversation with people and understand their side when we do get to talk about those difficult, maybe hot button topics and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
So basically, my 2 cents on YouTube is to just get to create something you enjoy, so that you stick with it. Also, another thing is to have a team that you can work with. Right now, we actually have 3 people on the Dailyish team. And you've seen all of us on camera if you've watched every episode, but that Ben and I are working on it, and Jeremiah is too. Yeah. And while that's little, it's still a team.
Right.
It's not one person trying to create by themselves. It's really hard to create by yourself. Even on the art channel, you were with me at the beginning.
Right.
With that one, helping edit while I was creating. And then I slowly, as I learned to edit, took over that and learned a lot more on editing just because of need. And even if you don't have skills yet, you can learn the skills. I started a YouTube channel not knowing how to film, edit, do any of that.
Right.
I just had an idea I wanted to share, so I started sharing it.
And you used our old iPhone.
Yeah, I was filming on an iPhone 4.
That's
literally.
When it started, yeah.
And then I got to move up to the 6, and when I moved up to that 6, it was exciting stuff, let me tell you. And now we're actually still using iPhones. Those are our side cameras here.
And here.
Now those are 8S or 8 Pluses because they had the good cameras. But it's funny, that all you need is a phone.
Right.
You can do everything you need now on a phone.
Well, and Casey Neistat's proven that. He does that intentionally.
And that's just such a neat world. I still get blown away by how much you can do with simplicity. Now, it's nice to move up to nicer equipment. Like we have a better camera that's our main camera that's in the middle right now that I'm looking at. We had some trouble with it last week. I had a setting off, and so we ran into some videos that weren't focused.
Yeah, episodes 1 through 5 may be a little fuzzy.
Maybe fuzzy, and we totally had to refilm this week's.
Yep.
So
we've got it.
This is take 2 on all of them. That's why we're filming on Thursday night. We normally film on Saturday. I went to edit, and I'm like, they're all blurry. Yeah. So sometimes going up to nicer equipment has some unexpected hiccups, as you learn. But
you learn.
Yeah, you learn. And it's great. You just have to be flexible and know that sometimes things aren't going to go according to schedule. and that's with everything in life. That's not just with this world at all.
Right. Well, and that was part of my conversation today during my work time was be flexible.
Yep.
Got to be flexible.
Roll with the punches. You know, we carved out a little time Thursday night so that we could film again. Yep. And here we are doing it. It's getting late, but we're still here.
That's right.
And we're getting them done. And these will still go out on time.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even crazier, if they didn't, the world would still keep turning.
And that's why we've called it Dailyish.
Yep. So I hope that you have enjoyed our little ramble tonight. A couple of little things I've learned. If you have, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so that you can stay on top of when these videos come out. So far, we should be 10 for 10.
Yes.
Hitting every day. So that's really good. I'm going to give a high five right now. As of filming this, we will be good.
Yes.
Hopefully nothing crazy will happen.
But no promises.
No promises.
Life is life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, don't forget to give us a couple of stars on there and leave us some good reviews. That'll help grow the community in that way too.
And you can check over on the podcast because there may be a bonus episode coming up over there on the podcast that will not be a YouTube video.
That's right.
Because the footage of that one was blurry.
But the audio is good.
The audio is great, and it was a game, and so we couldn't redo that one because Ben and Jeremiah already knew all the answers.
Yep.
So be looking for that to come out over there. It's a little teaser for that one.
Yeah.
So that is it for this week. We will see you next week.
Bye.